Well, people, we need to do a prediction for tomorrow and the FOMC and the CPI. So I've done two predictions so far, videos like this. One was right and the other was wrong. So we'll put this on the line right now. I predict that after the CPI comes out tomorrow, I believe we're going to go up. Now, this is basically a reaction to us going down so much without knowing what any of the numbers are. There are some people saying like people already know what the numbers are. That's why it went down and just waiting for you, everyone to tell you. I don't really believe that. I think people are just bracing themselves for the worst possible scenario, which I do not think is going to play out. I think the CPI will be about 3.3 or 3.4. I do not believe it will be 3.5 or above. I could be surprised. I mean, like, I don't really know what the CPI actually is. But from what I see, gas prices actually slightly went down from April to May, which is May's CPI is what we're going to get tomorrow. So I actually expect inflation to be either moderate or slightly below expectations. And people definitely reacted the last 2 days as if inflation will be above expectations, bracing themselves for the worst possible scenario, which I do not think is going to happen. Since they brace themselves for the worst possible scenario, and it's most likely not going to happen, logic says we should go up. But the crypto industry is not always logical, obviously. So it's hard to predict, but I do believe we will go up after the report comes in the morning. Now, as for the FOMC meeting, there is some political pressure on Jerome Powell from Elizabeth Warren to lower interest rates. I don't think Jerome Powell is going to play that game. If Jerome Powell does play that game and he does lower interest rates, we will go up a lot because I don't think people are expecting an interest rate decrease this particular round. I think people are looking at, will he cut it in September? But there's significant pressure from Elizabeth Warren to do it for election purposes because they want to get those numbers up for the economy. Even though the numbers for the economy are already good, cutting the interest rates would make them look better for the election. So obviously Warren wants that because her party is the ruling party. Don't think she has too much to worry about because even though I want John Deaton to win, realistically, I think Elizabeth Warren's almost got it in the bag at this point. And the Democratic Party in like the special elections ever since 2020 have been overperforming their poll numbers. So she shouldn't be too worried. But she is going to pressure Jerome Powell to actually cut interest rates. I don't think Jerome Powell's going to take the bait because he's been sticking to his plan all along. And I don't really think he cares. So I do believe, though, like it might affect him to be more dovish in the future, like not cut right now, but he might say some nice things like, oh, it looks like, we're slightly slowing down. The labor market's slightly weaker than it was. And because it's slightly weaker than it was, it looks like we are going to cut in either July or September, which is something that people are looking forward to. So hopefully that speech will tone down things some more. Usually, like the speeches recently from Powell have been a little bit more dovish than usual, so it generally affects the market in a positive way. I believe we should be back up at around 68, 69K tomorrow and should end the week around 70K again. Now, if it's like really 3.3 on the CPI, we're probably going above 70, but my guess is the CPI is still going to be at around 3.4%, which is the projected. Now, since people are bracing for much worse than projected, and it's going to be probably projected, I really see that working out well for us. So I hope you actually took this time to buy some altcoins during this dip, because this might be the cheapest they get for a while. And altcoins dipped a whole lot more than Bitcoin in this dip, especially if you're buying some of the meme coins like Floki Inu. That basically came down from like 0.0003 to like 0.00022. That is a dip of like 30%. Not really sure if you're going to get those rates ever again before the bull run hits. I mean, like we're getting less and less time before the true bull run hits. And once the true bull run hits, you're not going to get these kind of prices again, especially for the established coins that have been doing very, very well. So the thing is usually when the market braces for the worst doesn't actually happen and we go up. And if the market doesn't react or goes up and brace and like get ready to sell for the best, then they're disappointed when the report comes out. This time, dumping 4,000 points. I do think we should be able to recover those points by the time like the weekend rolls around. And I'm pretty confident that we're going to have a pretty good week next week. So that's the news for today. Let me know what you think. Like and subscribe, hit that bell notifications button. Thank you and have a nice day.